So as you have seen in all of my videos, I use the snacks picker. This is what I use to bring up my kitty configuration file or my options.lua file, or pretty much any other file you have seen me open in the past. But a couple months ago, I heard about this FFF thing on Twitter by Dmitriy. I didn't pay much attention to it at the beginning, but I have seen many posts about it. Some of them a little bit controversial, which I like. So I decided that I'm going to give this a try. We're going to install it today, see how easy it is for a beginner to use it. And I'm also going to see if I can feel a difference between this tool and the snacks picker, which is the one that I've been using for the last couple of months. So let's just jump right into it and let's try to install it. Here is the repo. I'm going to leave it in the video description as well. A file search toolkit for humans and AI agents really fast. Originally started as a Neovim plugin, people loved it. And now, based on what I read here, it has become a library. You can use it on different stuff, MCP server, AI agent extension, Neovim plugin. This is what I'm interested in at the moment. I don't understand the rest of the stuff mentioned here. So let's just click here. There's a demo here on the Linux kernel, 1000 files, 8 gigabytes. Let's just install it. Okay, so here's the instruction for Lazy.nvim. Okay, I use Lazy.nvim, so I'm just going to grab this from here. And I'm going to jump to my Neovim config. Where is that? Should be under plugins. And I'm just going to create a new file here, fff.nvim. Oh no, fff.lua. Save this, do this here, return, and paste this. That should be it. Let's just go through it a little bit and see what we find here. Okay, so here's the key maps. FF, it seems that is the main one to find files. I would assume this works only in normal mode. FG, I also use the snacks picker for grepping files. FZ, live fuzzy grep, and FC as well, search current word. What is this? Live fuzzy grep. Let's see in the documentation. Okay, so I just did a search for fuzzy here, and it shows me here the different modes. Fuzzy. It says here, algorithm for fuzzy matching is much more comprehensive than FCF's algorithm. It is typo resistant, and we provide a query language with a FCF wouldn't find anything even for a single typo and schema. Okay, I don't understand, so we'll have to try it out and see what the difference is. So let's go back here to Neovim. Let's quit Neovim and let's reopen it. Let's go back here. It should install it. Okay, it is installing it right now. It installed it. What else? Clean some plugins. Let's clean them with uppercase X. And it seems to be installed. Let's quit out of this here. How do we bring it up? With FF, I think. Let's try. FF. Okay, so there it is. Why do I have this view? Okay, I don't know if I like it, but we'll give it a try. Kitty. Okay, so first it found my kitty default configuration file. I guess it has frecency enabled, so the more I use it, the more it's going to remember the files that I use the most. Let's give that a try. So I'm just going to open this kitty configuration file. Let's quit Neovim and let's see what happens again. Just going to reopen Neovim. Let's search for, oh no, it's FF. Let's search for kitty. Okay, so it has a 1 here. I don't know why, but I don't know why kitty.default.conf shows first. Okay, so let's select this one again. Okay, let's quit Neovim. Let's reopen it. Let's do FF again. Kitty. It shows a number 2, okay, which means that it's increasing something, but I don't know why it shows here instead of here. This one should show here at the bottom. Should be the first one. Why is that? Let's see if maybe I have to use a different one. Let's go to FFF. Let's open it. Now, but these two are for repping files, not for opening files. Could it be something in the config? Let's go and check out the GitHub repo. Okay, so here's the default configuration. We can see that you don't need to modify this. Only if you need to change something, you will need to add it to your config. Otherwise, you get this by default. But I do see that frecency is enabled. I don't know why the kitty configuration file shows as the second result instead of the first one. Let's try the other key maps and let's see what happens. fc kitty conf. Okay, so this is repping, so this is not. Now I want to use a different layout. I want the search to show at the top, the files at the bottom. So how do we modify that? Let's go and check in the documentation again. Okay, so here's the option prompt position. I have to switch this to top. Okay, so let's do that in the configuration. And I have to do this under layout. Okay, so I just added this to my config right here. Let's just quit Neovim. Let's reopen it. And let's try it again. FF kitty. Okay, that is better. I do see that the score is increasing, but I don't know why this file is still showing here as a second result. It should be the first one because it's the one that I've been using the most. Let's open the file again. Let's quit this again. Let's reopen. Let's do it one more time. FF kitty. Okay, so now it shows there after opening the file 3 times. Is that expected? I'm not exactly sure. I would assume that it's learning the way that I use my files. So I have to use it for a couple days before it gets to the way that I want it. Not exactly sure. Can I preview files? Let's go to another repo. Let's go to my notes and let's do here FF. Let's try to open an AVIF file. AVIF. Oh, it cannot preview images. And I guess it should preview images. I'm not exactly sure. I remember reading somewhere that it should. Let's try it with snacks.nvim, and I can see that image. Could it be that it can only show PNG files? Let's see, ff.png. Do I have any PNG files here? Yep, I do. Let's go and read the documentation. Let me try to make the preview a little bit bigger. Let's just grab this from here. Let's switch here. Where is it? FFF. And we should add that right here. Let me switch this to 1. Let's see what happens. Okay, both of them are set to 1. Let me just restart Neovim and FF. Okay, that's bigger. That's better. I think I like that a little bit more. Bruh. Let's search for kitty again. And yep, okay, there it is. Last match. X3 combo. Okay, let's see what happens if I try to open the Ghostty configuration file. It doesn't know that I want to open this file because I have not opened it enough times. So it has to learn the way that I use the files, I think. So yeah, I'll use it for a couple days and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I remember asking this to Dmitriy on Twitter. Let's see what he replied. Depends though on snacks to preview images. Probably I should do my own super fast plugin for image rendering in Neovim, but I don't have time. Okay, so it seems that it depends on snack. I don't understand then how I can preview images. Is it really important to preview images in your file picker? It's not, but you know, just wanted to ask. Actually, the way that I preview images is this way. Let's see. Test Markdown is the name of the file. Markdown, this file. Okay, so I just preview images in Neovim directly, so I don't care about that too much. Like this. As long as I can see my images in Neovim this way, I think I'm good. Where do I have other images? Here. Okay, so as long as this works in Neovim, I don't care too much if I can see them in my picker, but it's a nice option to have as well. What I do need though is to be able to see the images in my file explorer, which is mini.files, and I cannot. But it seems that I will be able to do that soon. Not sure exactly when, but this is a place where I do need to preview images, not on the picker, but on the explorer. But I don't know. Some people would like to view images in the picker, some others on the explorer, some other people everywhere. So we'll see what happens in the future. If you have questions about FFF, if you want to learn more about it, get them ready because we're going to be doing a live stream with Dmitry this coming Saturday, I think it is. Let's see, Saturday at 4 p.m. my time. I don't know what that time is for you, but if you go to this link, you'll be able to see your local time. So if you want to know how FFF works, if you want to know about images, if you have any questions, bring them over this day because it's going to be a live stream and we're going to be answering questions. Oh, you know what? Reading through the documentation right now, I found this min combo count set to 3. Okay, so you can decrease it if you want, but I would leave it as 3 because if you open a file 3 times, it means that it's a file that you use a lot. So does this mean that when you open the file 3 times, the score multiplies? So instead of 3, it becomes 300? I would assume that's what that means. Okay, so here is the path for the database as well, and their path data FFF queries. So this is history related. For the frecency related stuff, there's this other path here as well. So that's pretty interesting. You will have to use the picker more to understand how it works. Is it going to replace the snacks picker for me? I don't know yet. I have to give it a try and have to see if it brings benefit to my own specific workflow. Something that I've noticed in snacks.nvim is that I cannot find the files that I need when I'm at my work related repo. I cannot show that to you right now because it's confidential stuff. But when I'm searching through stuff in my work related repo, I want to see the files that I have accessed most recently. And currently, that's not something that is enabled by default. So I had to create a custom config to integrate that into snacks.nvim. Doesn't work all the time. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to give it a try, compare it to snacks, see which one wins. But I'd like to know which one you prefer in the comments. Let me know. If you have any other tips, tricks, let me know in the comments as well. Also, if you want to learn how I perform 2 actions with a single key, go and check this video out, the one that is going to be showing right here. The last thing that I want to do is thank my YouTube CEO member, Web23. You can check him out at web23.com. I also want to thank the rest of the YouTube members and everyone that has donated in the past. Really appreciate it. Hope this was useful. See you in the next